Just eat less and move more. That's all you got to do to lose weight. Just burn more calories than you eat. How many times have you heard that? How many times has it worked for you in the long term? Why do teenagers have such a high sex drive and make such drastically wrong decisions when it comes to sexual situations? It's because of their hormones. As a teenager, their sex hormones are sky high, and that's all they think about. You're in the same boat, but this time we're talking about your hunger hormones. This video is going to help you understand how to control your hunger to help with your weight loss. That insatiable hunger that you have, you're always hungry, that's caused by your hormones. There are dietary choices you can make that will improve these hormones, move them in the right direction, and effectively turn your hunger off. It's much easier to make better, wiser food choices and to eat less junk food when you're not starving to death all the time. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and I'm going to help you in this video understand the hormones that make you have that driving, crazy hunger that you can't seem to do anything about. Now, I'm sure you've noticed when you're following any of the popular diets out there where you're avoiding saturated fat and eating lots of whole grains and trying to eat 3 meals a day with snacks in between, or trying to drink all the weight loss shakes and eat the pre-packaged crap weight loss food, that you're hungry all the freaking time. And there's a good reason for that. And there's a list of hormones that are well known to the educated, well-studied doctor and dietitian and nutritionist that are in charge of that hunger drive that you just can't seem to say no to. And I'm going to go through these hormones, and I'm going to help you understand what diet you should be eating to effectively put these hormones back where they belong so that you don't have this insane zombie-like hunger 24/7. There are many people out there suffering from an overstimulation of their hunger hormones, and you can help me to help them by sharing this video. Now, the first hormone I want to talk about is ghrelin. Very well known that it increases your hunger. And so hunger is a hardwired drive. If you're hungry enough, you'll eat your shoe. Hunger, you can't say no to. This is not a question of willpower or that you're weak or that you're a sloth or you're a glutton. This is not a judgment. This is just an inappropriately high ghrelin level that keeps you starving to death all the time. When you eat a diet that's high in carbohydrates and low in protein and saturated fat, your ghrelin's going to be high all day long because you're not getting any meaningful human food. So when you eat lots of protein and fat, like you'll find in any fatty cut of meat, that's going to lower your ghrelin levels, and that's going to help to turn off that unquenchable hunger that you can't seem to get control of. It's not your fault. You've just been eating the wrong diet. The next hormone is insulin. Insulin has hundreds of functions in the body, but anytime you eat a high carbohydrate diet, you're going to spike your insulin level very, very high. And then when it comes back down in a couple of hours, you're going to be hungry again. When you eat a meal of protein and fat that's very low carbohydrate, your insulin level doesn't have that spike. So you're not hungry again in 2 hours, making it much easier to say no to the junk food that previously had been calling your name. The next hormone we want to talk about is leptin. When you're eating a high carbohydrate diet, even one of the popular fad diets, if you're buying all the Weight Watchers shakes and prepackaged meals and following their points, your leptin level is not going to be where it needs to be to help to turn off your hunger. So you're going to be starving all the time, every day, every hour, every minute. And that's really makes it hard for you to make proper food decisions. But when you eat a diet that's rich in protein and fat, you're going to move your leptin level right where it needs to be. Also, when you're eating a high carb diet that keeps your triglycerides running high all the time, your triglycerides can actually cross your blood-brain barrier, go into your brain and stimulate the leptin receptors or the leptin producers in an inappropriate way. This is going to cause you to be hungry all the time. When you eat a diet rich in protein and fat, you lower the triglycerides back to normal, and you put your leptin in that sweet, sweet spot where you're not starving to death all the time. The last hormone we're going to talk about in this video is protein YY. This is a very important hormone for controlling your hunger. When you eat a high-carb diet, protein YY is not where it needs to be and you're hungry all the time. Protein YY actually decreases your hunger if its levels are high enough. Guess what causes your protein YY level to be right where it needs to be? Surprise, surprise, a diet rich in protein and healthy fats. Now, the diets I'm talking about here are a very, very low carbohydrate diet that's rich in fatty meat. You can call this a ketogenic diet. You can call it a ketovore diet. Some people even go to the extreme of doing a carnivore diet. And if you talk to anyone who's eating one of these diets, they're going to tell you that their hunger, their cravings, that just unstoppable desire to eat every damn thing in the cabinet goes way, way down. It becomes manageable when they're eating a diet that's rich in protein and healthy fats. You can experience the same benefit and then also experience the results that you're seeing of all the before and after pictures of people doing keto and carnivore on your Facebook feed that you're probably sick and tired of seeing. If you'd like to be able to post your own before and after pictures, then start eating each meal very high protein, very high fat, and as low in carbohydrates as you can possibly get that meal. Immediately, you're going to take charge of all these hormones that I talk about in this video. Your hunger signals that you just can't ignore are going to decrease by anywhere from 80 to 95% so that they're now manageable. You can now say, no, it's not quite time to eat. I'm fine. I'll wait till it's time to eat. That's a superpower, and that's going to help you lose that weight that you have previously been unable to lose and keep off sustainably. If this is one of the first videos you've seen about a ketogenic or a carnivore diet, then you may think that I'm a crazy person. None of this stuff can be true because the American Diabetes Association doesn't say this. The American Heart Association thinks this is phooey. I've put research links down in the show notes below so you can actually look this up. You can just go to Wikipedia and look up leptin and protein YY and insulin and ghrelin, and you can see this is known. This is not some kooky conspiracy theory. This is the truth about how your body actually works, about how your hormones actually work. So if you're confused about this, read the research, do some research on your own. I promise you what you're going to find is that this has been known for decades. We know that these hunger hormones tell us when to eat and when not to eat. Only by hacking these with eating a proper human diet are you going to be able to decrease the intensity of your hunger and get the weight loss that you've been looking for. I hope this video helped. If it did, click that subscribe button and the little bell button right beside it. This is Dr. Berry. I'll see you next time.